Hey athletes, it's Josh and Cole, and this is the Coaches Collab podcast. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, man. We've
Fucking
been talking
excited.
about this, and it's time we get it rolling.
Yeah. So, a big reason why we're doing this, at least in my opinion, is Cole can teach me a lot, you can teach me a lot. Even though we come from such a somewhat similar environment, we're barbell people.
Yep.
I can definitely learn from Cole. So I was thinking about this for a few weeks now. I work with 15 personal trainers.
Right.
There's a reason I didn't pick any of them.
Right.
Okay. Because again, I've been watching you for years. I've seen you coach. I've seen you train people. I've seen you as an athlete yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've been training for over a decade.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And nobody better that I wanted to do it with. So that's why I'm in.
Well, yeah, and I'm honored, and I've been thinking about doing a podcast myself for a while too, and I think same thing, vice versa. I've seen you in the gym a lot, and I've heard amazing things about you for a long time, and then we finally crossed paths, and I think we just hit it off right away, and we're like, hey, we should probably do something with this because we have great conversations.
Yeah.
So, and I think we could, learn a lot from each other, but also, get this information out there, and maybe some people can learn from us.
So every week, if we can do it every week, Cole and I will be meeting and talking. Really, we've had conversations, and we're like, man, he'll teach me something, I'll maybe teach him something, and most likely not. Man's a genius, and it's just our athletes can really benefit from it.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at brainwashing. I've already got the guy drinking kombucha.
I haven't had my first sip yet.
Oh, you have to try it right now.
All right.
Then we'll talk about your new company.
We're doing this live right now.
By the way, it's Pink Lady Apple. He went all lady on you.
Ooh,
It's not bad, right?
it isn't bad.
Not bad.
See, I was expecting it to be a little. I don't really know what I was expecting. You can definitely taste a little bit of alcohol, though.
Yeah, right?
You can taste that a little bit, yeah.
One day you and I will have to try the non-flavored kombucha. I've never done it. And I've had like ginger and stuff. It's really harsh and raw.
Yeah.
I bet that's gross, but
Ooh.
I bet it's really
I think
good.
I got to build up to that. I don't know if I can do
Oh.
that.
Take a sip of this, take a sip of that. No big deal. So again, it's pretty hippy dippy, but your immune system is in your gut. If your gut's inflamed, it can get to your brain. It can actually make you depressed. There's a lot of bad things that happen not only if you have a bad diet, but if your gut's inflamed and
Yeah, and I mean, there's more. I feel like, especially with the gut stuff, there's more information coming out every day about it. We keep learning more and more about how it truly does affect, almost every aspect of your life.
everything.
That, 10 years ago, we didn't even have any clue about.
Right. Yeah. We
So-
thought you got a cold and here, take this antibiotic.
Right. Yeah.
So tell me about your new company, SHP.
So, SHP stands for Salutum Health and Performance. As of right now, it's just an online coaching company. Strength and conditioning. We specialize in powerlifting coaching because that's just where my expertise lies. I do have a couple high school athletes that I do online coaching to. They were just clients that I had from before that decided to come over with me. So, but yeah, we just got this kicked off. I'm very excited. It's been something, that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I've been kind of doing it on the side here and there, but now I have the opportunity to kind of go at it full force. So that's what we're doing. So Salutum Health and Performance. I don't have an Instagram page for it, so just follow me, ColeWarren_SHP. Facebook page is Salutum Health and Performance. Website, salutumhp.com. We got apparel on there.
Yeah.
If you go to the apparel page, there's a link. It brings you to a spread shirt, I think it is, and you can pick out all the designs on there, pick the color of the shirt you want, and we're going to be updating that a little bit too, so.
Yeah, white label, black label, long sleeves,
Yep.
hoodies, t-shirts.
Yep.
Oh, I've been looking.
Yeah.
I've been looking. Any color. I'm going for the either the red or the green because I think the
Ooh, the
red has more
green.
polyester to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I I think the black is like 95% cotton. I'm like, fuck, I want to work out in this thing.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yeah, there's tons of options on there. I mean, personally, I haven't even looked at all the options yet. So
it was crazy. I was like, oh, there's going to be, gray, black, the
Right.
standards. But then you can scroll and
Yeah,
scroll.
man.
And so whatever suits you.
yeah, so go check that out. And again, if you are interested or anything in online powerlifting coaching, feel free to send me an email at colewarren306@gmail or just DM me anywhere. You can get a hold of me. It's
Yeah,
not that hard.
and we'll have all of this stuff in the description underneath this. Again, we'll be streaming on iTunes. We'll probably throw it up on YouTube just because that's where a lot of the people that listen to me go. So again, we'll have all of that contact information for you guys, so you don't have to pencil it down. But if you want to find them right now, that's where you
Yeah,
want to go,
absolutely.
right? Instagram is probably best, right? Or
Instagram's
email.
probably best, or
Yep.
email. I'll get back. I mean, I always try to get back to you as soon as I can. So
Hats too, right? So you don't
Yep,
have to
we got
necessarily wear a
hats.
shirt.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I was on there. I was
Yeah,
totally on
man.
there.
Yeah, man.
And this guy's being really humble. He can personal train you in more than just powerlifting.
Yeah.
So even general weight loss, if you just want to get stronger, if you want to get leaner, he can do it all.
Right. Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
a lot of my clients, we train kind of powerlifting like, but I have a lot of clients who have never even done a meet.
Right.
So we train powerlifting kind of specific, but they're not necessarily powerlifters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And something we'll get into a little bit more is that a lot of people will complain, oh, heavy weights will make me fat.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Cole can show you, because especially in USAPL where there's weight classes, there's so many standards, you have to be a certain weight while lifting as heavy as you possibly can.
Right.
So-
it doesn't necessarily pay off to just be a fat slob.
lard. Yeah.
Right. I think that kind of got that. It got that look just from a couple of years ago, but recently, I mean, if you really want to do the best you possibly can, you have to be relatively lean and strong.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have to be able to fill that weight class with as much muscle as possible.
Exactly.
And not have a horrible fat percentage.
Yeah.
So.
And would you say that when you're first starting out, trying to get into as low of a weight class at first is the way to go?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't. So for new lifters, I honestly don't recommend any weight cutting whatsoever.
Okay, good.
So when we're first starting out, the last thing I'm really worried about is your weight. I want you to be in a slight calorie surplus, just so that we can get stronger.
Right, yeah.
And then if you do want to do a meet, I don't even want you looking at the scale. I want you we're going to weigh in wherever we weigh in, and we're going to lift the most amount of weight
Yeah,
possible.
cool.
If you get a couple meets under your belt and we're starting to get pretty competitive, then that's when we're going to start looking at where your weight lies and then what weight class is
Yeah.
going to be most beneficial
Smart.
for you.
Very
Yeah,
smart.
Yeah.
And if you're just a general weight loss athlete, getting stronger is the best way to enhance your metabolism.
Right. I mean, it's honestly, for me, the appeal of powerlifting is just how tangible the gains are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How
Yeah.
1 week, I was lifting this for this many reps, and now I'm lifting 5 pounds more than that for this many reps. Whereas, I mean, I'm not hating on bodybuilding or anything, but it takes a lot longer for you to see that payoff.
Yes. Yeah.
You could curl 4 times a week for a year just to get 1 inch on your arms.
Right.
You know, so that's why powerlifting, the payoff is, it's easier to see and it's easier to be more motivated
Right.
because you can see those gains a lot quicker.
Yeah, and there's enough technique in there where sometimes having your coach, which it's always a good idea if you're starting to have a coach, they can show you just some little things that can make a 20-pound, 50-pound,
Yeah.
whatever gain
Yeah.
on whatever lift you're doing.
And that's the thing too is, I mean, we have talked about this before, but with these strength sports, man, there's always more weight you can put on the bar.
Oh, always.
There's always more weight, so there's no real end game. You can always get better. Your technique can always be a little bit better in this aspect, and you can always get stronger. So that's why, I mean, it may seem daunting that it's a never-ending pursuit,
Right.
but I also love that because I want to see how far I can push my body.
Right.
So,
Oh, for sure. And I mean, bodybuilding, it's very subjective. You go on stage, you have however many judges happen to be there for that competition. They look at you and they're like, I didn't really like this.
Right.
Where powerlifting, did you lift it or not?
Exactly.
According to our rules,
Yep.
which is really
Yep.
cool.
Meet the standards and then execute. That's all there is. You're either stronger than the person you're lifting against or you're not. There's
Right.
not. I mean, it's not like, let's say just in a football game, there could be a fourth quarter interception that changes the game
Right.
for one team or another. Whereas powerlifting, it's kind of more like, hey, they're stronger than you or they're not. Like
Right.
it's not like you're gonna put 50 pounds in your squat that day.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
that's that's kind of the thing is like you just train, you prepare, and then game day you execute, and
Right.
then that just wherever you lie. So
And what's cool is just like other sports, you can go back and, I mean, you're very good at this, where you do something, let's say, for the 12, 16, 20 weeks, whatever, and you can always go back and make little tweaks.
Yeah.
And you've done that so many times that just that aspect alone,
Yes.
if you're new to powerlifting, you got to ask this guy his opinion.
right. So actually, with my clients, what I do is after we do a meet, and I'll even if with clients who don't do a meet, we'll do a max out day or
Yeah.
a mock meet is what we call it. I'll email them just to go over like what went well, what didn't go well, what we should do different in the future as far as prep wise. Like how did you think the warm-ups went? So it's good to get feedback, so I'll send that to them. They'll give me their answers, and then I'll also do it myself, and then
Yeah.
we'll collaborate on say, hey, all right, so next time we need to do this to change it, make it a little bit better.
Yeah, maybe you're starting your deadlifts off, or
Right.
you suck in the bottom of your squat. We need
Right.
to work on that.
Right.
You know, things like that. Yeah, very cool. So SHP again, he's not just a powerlifting coach. I know he says that he's not. He also did a summer program. I did a summer program this year too with kids. So if you're
Yep.
looking, even if you just want your kid to be a better performer, either one of us. But again, online, it's really simple. He and I are actually collaborating, trying to figure out how we're going to do some type of videos on Instagram, and maybe even having a database so that we
Yeah.
can more efficiently and easier connect with you guys too. So again, you got to check out SHP. Now it's my turn. So the Complete Athlete. So some of you probably don't even know who I am. Who is this joker? He's got this red hair. He's probably got a bunch of freckles. He's got no soul, and he is a ginger. That's true. Okay, but so I've been working out since I was 14, right? You've been working out since about then too, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
how old are you now?
22.
22. So he's been doing it forever. I've been doing it forever too. Now I haven't been lifting. Initially it was mostly general training. It was building work capacity, things like that. Then I touched the barbell for the first time and I fell in love.
Hooked.
Oh, for sure. Got a
call
hard
that-
on real quick.
They call that the iron bug. You got bit by the iron
For sure.
bug.
The
Yep.
moment I touched the bar.
Yep.
Because just how much you have to exert to even do a deadlift. Because
Yeah,
back then
man.
I just kind of dabbled in powerlifting. I'm like, fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But since then, so I've been a personal trainer professionally for 5 years. I've been helping coach people since I was like 16, so 10 years. And I get asked the same question so many times that every time I get asked a certain question 2-3 times, I make a video on it, okay? So that's really where the Complete Athlete started. Was I want to help all these people, so whether I'm personal training them, doing group training, or they're people from my past, or just people at the gym in general, it's just me to kind of give personal training away for free, just little snidbits at a time.
Right, absolutely. And I love the way that you've created kind of a one-stop shop, I'd say, for people in the even not in the area, but
Yeah.
a lot of people at the gym know you and then go to the Complete Athlete
Right.
Josh always puts out relevant, very good videos on his Facebook page and YouTube channel. And he's always on top of all the research and everything. So there's sometimes where he posts a video and I'm like, whoa, I haven't even heard about that yet.
Right.
So I'll watch it and then I'll go down the rabbit hole on the same thing.
Right,
So,
yeah, I've got him. He's going to take home half of my library today.
Yep.
Which is kind of
Yep.
cool. He and I, again, are very interested in the same things, whether it's, how to recover better, because we both are, iron athletes. We need to recover. How to eat better, how to sleep better, how to train better. So he and I cross paths on so many things when it comes to research.
Yep.
Again, which is why we're collaborating. Sometimes I might forget something I researched, but he remembers, or vice versa. And again, this podcast is not only for you guys, but it is for us too. It's just to kind of shoot up ideas. But if you're interested in the Complete Athlete, so we have a free Facebook group. The reason we have that Facebook page is, what I'll do is I'll take one of the videos. Right now we're right around 250, and I'll post a video, but then say something about it. It might not be relevant to you at all, so you don't have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to guide you. You can go over to getcomplete.net, and you can get videos ahead of time. If you want anything tangible, so I was just telling Cole about one of the books I read. What we do is I'll take a book and I'll maybe write down 20 of the top facts from that book, and then we'll make an infograph where it's just this, full page of it's very pleasing to the eye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shelby. Shelby's the behind the scenes girl, but we send out these infographs so that you can print it off, and whether you put it by your bed at night or you put it on your refrigerator, something like that, just to give you some feedback.
Yeah, basically what Josh is doing is he's doing the hard work of looking through all this information and then rendering it down to what's really important for the average person and then giving that to you. So you don't have to go out and read all these different articles and studies and all this crap that may seem very intimidating at the beginning. Josh is doing all the hard work, and then he's making it so it's digestible for the average person.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're looking for something you can do at home, maybe you're on the go and you need a body weight workout. Again, these are more so for the general athlete. Online, we've got a bunch of different examples for you. If you want a cookie cutter food template that I've come up with, great, you can go that route. Basically, anything you can imagine that you want to print off, that's what's on getcomplete.net. My handle on Instagram and Twitter is @getcomplete, and again, you'll see me tagging Cole will be tagging me so that you guys can kind of follow that. But if you really want to get down the brainwashing rabbit hole, that's where you want to start, right? For sure.
Absolutely.
All right, now we're going to get into it. So again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to just not only bounce ideas off of each other, but we're trying to see how much we can help each other, and we'll try to explain it the best we can as we go. The sauna, that's probably the most new thing that people have been studying.
Yep.
People have been doing it forever.
Yeah.
So do you use the sauna?
Personally, I do not. I don't really have a reason that I don't, because I know there are some benefits.
Mhm.
It's mostly just because when I'm at the gym, I get my training in, and then by the time I'm done with my training, I want to get the F out
Right.
of there. But I'm definitely not opposed to it, especially with all the new research that's
Right.
coming out.
Did you catch the Dr. Rhonda Patrick podcast yesterday?
I listened to it a little bit
Okay.
today at work, but you really have to dial in on
Oh,
those podcasts
yeah.
because she goes over so much stuff.
Yeah, you can't be passively.
Right.
So, this is where I get a lot of this from, or at least the starting point, and then I'll look around. This woman has done so many podcasts.
It's
She even did one
ridiculous.
with Dr. Matthew Walker on sleep.
Really?
I gotta check that one out.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
heard about it. I guess they go beyond what
I
we
can't
can
even
comprehend.
imagine.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so in the winter I do the sauna. In the summer I don't, because our gym is hot.
Yeah, it gets humid in there, man.
It's hot. You ever been in that back room?
I haven't.
Whew.
I haven't.
It's a sauna in there. It's not 180 degrees.
Right.
But really what we're talking about is, so why does the sauna do anything for us? It's just like training. It causes a stress in your body,
Yep.
just like lifting a really heavy weight does. It causes breaking down of your bones, your joints, everything, right? Muscle. And from there, that breaking down of your body rebuilds. So the heat does the same thing. There's blood pressure benefits that can come from it. You can actually get some cardiovascular benefits from it. Neurological, which is what Dr. Rhonda Patrick was talking about yesterday, where it can stave off Alzheimer's in some people.
Yeah.
Again, the sauna, it is a pain because you need to commit 20 minutes at a time.
Right.
But she was just saying that even just one day can make some benefit.
Yeah.
Especially, the buzzword is inflammation.
Yeah.
Right? It can actually teach your body to deal with that a little bit differently. Because again, you're basically inflaming your whole body.
Right,
And it has to
right.
deal with that.
So now does that help with like specific recovery from lifting, or is it more just like a general health type?
It's both.
Okay.
So it can help from general lifting because your muscles and joints get inflamed that way.
Right.
The best example I can use is when I got hurt. It kept me as fit as I could be, even though I couldn't really use one of my legs. She was talking about when she was injured and she couldn't really go to the gym much. And she cited all sorts of freaking studies.
She's an encyclopedia.
Exactly. By no means do I know. But she was saying that it can help preserve all of your muscle too.
Okay.
Or at least preserve it longer.
Right.
But yeah, so after a workout, it's kind of like doing hot cold therapy.
Yep.
Right. You jump in ice water or you go in the sauna and you can get that contrast therapy.
Yep.
I think what I like about it the most is when I'm done lifting, I guess, energized, or my whole body just kind of
Yep.
vibrates, I guess.
Yep.
So I did yoga I did it for 7 years, but I coached it for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And the best part about yoga is when you leave a class, there's this zen about you. You just kind
Right.
of leave, which is, hippy dippy, pardon me. Right? For sure. Hippy dippy.
Yogi.
Right, exactly. But when I leave the sauna after 20 minutes, I get that same feeling.
Really?
Yeah, especially some of the crazies, they like to crank it up to 200 degrees, which is stupid,
Yeah.
and I hate it. But it'll
And then
force
they're
you
in
to
there
drink a bunch
doing
of water.
freaking squats and
Yeah.
push-ups and going crazy
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, so you'll get a bunch of dopamine and endorphins. You'll feel good when you're done with it too. And again, there's cardiovascular benefits. You and I both don't really do a whole lot of cardio.
Yeah, so we could get what we need to
Right.
get what we can get.
Unless we do sets of 10.
Right. right.
Something like that.
I did a set of 10 the other day and I was feeling it afterwards.
What was it for?
Squats.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So you know what? That brings up a good point. So, and I talked to you a little bit about this before the podcast. So at what point does let's say a set of 10,
Mm-hmm.
instead of being a set of 10 where you're doing 10 repetitions, at what point does it become 10 sets of 1? So I'll ask it a different way. How long do you give somebody to do the 10 repetitions? Like, do you have a
Right.
time?
So one thing I tell my athletes is, because I have a couple athletes now that are actually coming over from being CrossFitters
Yeah.
in the past, and they really like to pound through their reps. So from a powerlifting standpoint, that's not necessarily a good thing.
Right.
I teach my athletes to treat every single rep like it's a single.
Yeah.
You want every single rep to look the same. And you also want to take a breath at the top of every rep. So a set of 10 can get, that could be a lot of time under the bar. So I think there is a point of diminishing returns there where it's like, this is kind of becoming less of like a strength building exercise and more of just like a get through this because
Right.
it's hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I have an athlete who's, just really kind of struggles with the higher reps, then yeah, I'll break it down into a couple sets of 5 or whatever, so they can get the same amount of volume in, and then not, because what you'll see is their technique will break down towards the end of the
Right.
set.
For sure.
Because again, they're just getting fatigued. They've been under the bar for a long time. They can't get as much air in for
Mhm.
bracing.
Right.
So I don't know. That's like the other day. I was supposed to just do 5, but I'm
Mhm.
just like, F it, man. I haven't really pushed myself
Going
in the
for it.
squat for a while, and I've only been squatting 1 day a week recently. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do it because
Right.
I don't have to recover.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have
Yeah,
all
I
the
got
time.
7 days.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it depends, and that's actually going to be how a lot of these answers are.
Yeah. Oh no, that's
It
for sure.
depends.
For
Yeah,
sure it does.
yeah.
So I guess what I was getting at is I saw somebody doing a set of 10 the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and the first 5 repetitions, they do one, take a breath,
Yep.
do one, take a breath, but 6 through 10, they took 25, 30 seconds
Yeah.
to do one.
Yeah.
Do you count that as a set of 10? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Rest. Pause.
Oh my gosh, right? You might as well unrack it, go
Right.
have a sandwich, come back and do it again.
Right.
I mean, that's
right.
a long.
And that's what I mean. Yeah. That's why where it gets to that point of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Whereas that's probably not a weight they should be doing for a
Right.
set of 10 if they have to take that much time.
Or there
in
better be
between.
a deload coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you train with RPE, right?
Yep.
So-
Primarily. yeah.
So
Yeah.
let them know what RPE means.
Okay. So this is kind of a rabbit hole, but.
That's what this is all about, Cole.
So RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. So this is a way, and it's a very good way for me as a coach who's not in the gym with my athletes, to give them a guideline for how their weight should be determined.
Right.
So, for example, if I give you 3 sets of 6 at an RPE of 6, okay?
900 pounds. 1,000.
So at that 6th rep, so you went through all 6 reps. At that 6th rep, you should have 4 more reps left in the tank. So the RPE scale is a scale from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
So if you an RPE of 6, you should have 4 more reps left in the tank. So that weight that you picked, if you really, really needed to, you could get 10 reps there because you do your first 6 reps at an RPE of 6, and you could potentially do 4 more reps
Right.
there.
So what you were saying before when you said you had a set of 5 to do and you pushed it to 10, that was an RPE 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I could have probably done more.
Okay.
So
An RPE Cole.
Yeah, and I mean sets like that because I've just been really playing it safe just because I've been so beat up. So I haven't really gone over an RPE 6 in my training recently. But the RPE scale, it's something. I mean, I've been coaching with it for probably 5-6 months now, and the reason I like it is, like I said, because for a satellite athlete, I'm not there calling their numbers for them in the gym. And with percentage-based programs, it can be difficult if I'm not there and say they come in after working 10-hour days like I have been working lately. They go into the gym, they're feeling drained, they haven't had enough water or food in the day during the day. They start their warm-ups and they're like, man, like I'm just not really feeling it today. But I have this percentage on my program, I got this number that I'm supposed to hit, and they might really push themselves really, really hard and be grinding out all those reps.
Right.
Whereas if it was an RPE based program, they can adjust for that, because they'll know, hey, I'm just not really going to have it today, so they can adjust the weight on the bar so they can still achieve that RPE 6.
And what's nice is sometimes you just have to say, don't be a little wuss.
Right. And you
do your reps.
Yeah. And I mean,
sometimes
that's a line you have to find. And there are days when when an athlete tells me, they're like, hey, like this is, it's just rough today. And I'm like, hey, I mean, adjust the weight that you need to adjust it, but just get the work in.
Right.
Because those days in the gym where you don't want to be there and you have all this work ahead of you, like those are the days where you really get better.
For sure.
When you just do it anyway. Those, I mean, the easy days are going to be easy when you're there and you love to do it.
Speed
but the
training,
hard days are the days that are really going to make the difference.
Oh, for sure. For weightlifting, so I do a percentage program, and there are times where I'm looking this Saturday, I got to hit 93+%. Hopefully, maybe even a PR.
Right, and you're already leaving sleep. Losing sleep over
I'm already thinking about it. Actually, yesterday, I needed to hit a snatch at 95%, and whether it was my sleep was off or whatever, it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
And not that a part of me knew the whole time it just wasn't going to happen, but I was like, fuck, I got to just do it.
Yeah.
I got to just keep hammering. Because I hit, I smoked a 90%, I smoked a 93%, and I'm like, 95, 2 more percent, I got this.
Yep.
No. Okay, so for whatever reason, all of a sudden I went from actually remembering how to snatch to, I have no idea what I'm doing, apparently.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes that happens.
Yeah, right? And what was funny is the day this happens, and so I always, if I miss, I'm going to try it again. Because with weightlifting, especially snatch, it's not a big squat.
It's not necessarily a strength issue.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It could be a mental thing. Turns out to jump ahead, came home and I'm like, I got a little extra time, I'll take a nap. I was almost late getting to work again because I slept. I didn't nap, I slept.
Yep.
So obviously I didn't sleep very well.
Right.
But again, with weightlifting, so, the weights I'm lifting, it was like 240 pounds. It's not that much, okay? But there's so many little things where if you're a little fatigued or, maybe you approach it a little weird or whatever. But of course, I go on Instagram and Cole's story comes up. I click on it. You know what he fucking says on there? He's like, if you're consistently missing reps, you need to rethink your program. Here I'm sitting, I'm like, fuck! He gets me on the day that shit just went downhill. God damn it.
Oh man, the worst timing.
The worst time ever.
That makes you just second guess your entire life. You're like, what am I doing?
And it was a long post. And I'm like, all right, tomorrow I have this podcast with Cole. I should at least see what he's fucking saying. And I'm reading it. I had to go back, which, like you said, I'm a 40-year-old man with my phone. So it took me a few tries to figure out how to keep reading it. And then I see it and I'm like, fuck you, Cole. God damn it. So, I'm hoping Saturday I can redeem myself. But again, for me with percentages, sometimes it's kind of nice because, like you were saying, the days where you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, if it was just maybe do an RPE 9, okay, because that's about what it was, 95% about an RPE 9. I have doubled it in the past. I don't know how, but I doubled it. So when I missed it, I was like, you know what? I gotta hit this number.
Yeah.
This isn't. Oh, it feels bad.
Right.
Because the last weight felt like an RPE 9 because it was 90%.
Right.
Fuck it. I'm gonna try it again.
Yep.
And then it was even closer. And it doesn't help. One of my weightlifting athletes was actually there watching me.
Ooh.
So she watched me miss.
Some added pressure
She
there,
watched me
man.
smoke them all the
Yeah.
way up and to that point.
She's like, man, coach is
Right?
killing it.
Right?
He's gonna crush this top set. Yeah.
She watches me miss it once. And the second time, I'm like, I got this. I made a different mistake. And usually when I make two different mistakes, I'll take maybe a little extra break and I'll think about it extra and
Yep,
really
get
go
your
over
head
it in my
straight.
head.
Yep.
Exactly. Then I went for it a third time and I just had no energy in the tank.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I make multiple mistakes, it's just not going to happen today because it's a nervous system thing.
Yeah.
I get my legs to fire appropriately, but my pull is wrong,
Right.
or vice versa. But again, those percentages, sometimes it's the only reason I try again.
Right, and I think it's of huge importance to understand the difference between the powerlifting movements and the weightlifting
Absolutely.
movements. Because there's so much more that goes into weightlifting, honestly. Like, it's so much more technical, and you need so much more time to refine that technique, and there's so many more things that could go wrong.
Right.
Whereas, powerlifting, I mean, maybe your hips shoot back a little early on the squat and then you get out of position, or, I mean, just the list of things that go wrong is so much shorter.
Right.
So it's easier to diagnose something
Right.
too. Whereas when, you're weightlifting, you make a mistake and yeah, maybe you were a little out of position but you also don't know if even the strength is there
Right.
either. Because, I mean, there's just so much other stuff to look at. So that's why I think, if I were doing a weightlifting program, I'd probably do percentage too.
Right.
Just because it's harder to gauge that.
Yeah, I've seen
know.
RPE programs too.
Mhm.
I think Juggernaut does RPE. And again, some days it's like, I'm going to be a wuss.
Yeah.
Because, I'll bitch out whenever I can.
Me,
But
dude.
when we're talking, so yeah, weightlifting, what's cool is, let's say it's 200 pounds. If you make a little mistake, sometimes you can save it, you can run after it. I mean, we get a huge platform to chase it down.
Right.
I mean, if we're talking a 700-pound squat,
Yeah.
if your hips are off a little bit,
little
it's not
bit.
going to happen.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So, I mean, I know you're saying weightlifting stuff, but I've done max out lifts too.
Yeah.
Holy shit. the room for error on just anything, and that's a good point for anybody. When we're talking 93, 95, 101%.
You make one mistake,
Exactly.
it's going to be catastrophic.
And
for
it could
that.
be a
Yeah.
mistake that you made 6 weeks ago that's throwing you off today.
And it could be a mistake that you can get away with
Yeah.
during lighter percentages.
Yeah.
But if you don't notice what you're doing, or you don't have someone letting you know, hey, this is, you're going to pay for this when
Right.
the weight gets heavier, and you make that same mistake, you're not going to get away with it with with more weight on the bar.
Which
so.
is why having a coach is so
Yeah.
crucial. Even if it's just, again, so we'll kind of dive into it a little bit. Cole and I are not starting it today, but eventually on both of our Instagram pages, we want you to actually send us your lifts, whether
Yep.
it's your snatch, your clean, your jerk, your squat, your deadlift, your bench, the main lifts that you compete in. Send us whether it's a double, a triple, a single if you're doing clean and jerk snatch. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of rate it for you. A few different ways that we're going to rate it, where it's how's your body position? Do we feel the bar was moving at the right speed, and other things? But we're also going to give you just a quick short, here's what we think you could work on,
Mhm.
right? Because no matter how good you are, there's always something you can work on.
Right,
Hey,
right.
if you're looking to get to the next level, it's leg strength, or you're missing a pull, or you're doing, you should do this accessory lift.
Yep.
So again, soon we'll have that for you guys, and we want you to. We want you to bombard us. For each lift that you send us, we'll spend, a minute, maybe 90 seconds reviewing it, thinking about it, sending it back. We're not giving you free personal training
Right.
necessarily, but again, we're doing this because we want to help more people.
Yeah.
If you want to hire Cole so that he gives you an hour of his time, that's going to cost you something,
Mhm.
right?
Right, and the biggest thing with those videos too is, as far as the weight, it should be something around 60-70%.
Yes,
We don't want
yeah.
you throwing on your 1 rep max
No.
on there. We want to see something that we can, because obviously there's going to be a little bit of technique breakdown
Yes.
during those high percentages. So give us something around 60-70%, not a huge struggle for you,
Right.
but you're working a little bit,
Yeah.
so that we can really diagnose and see what you're doing.
Yeah, and if you're doing 60%, give us a triple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
For weightlifting, a snatch, clean and jerk, if you're doing 80%, it's heavy enough I can tell you what's going on.
Right.
Right? 40%, 50%, you know, you're going to ragdoll it.
Yep.
And your technique's going to be so far gone the other way because you can get away with so much murder. But me too. I mean, if you want to send me a push press, if you want to send me a
anything.
front squat,
If
anything.
you want to send me, an RDL, like
Yeah,
anything. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Just say, hey, you know, I'm not really sure about how this is
Right.
looking. Could you guys maybe, you know,
Exactly.
let me know your
Yeah,
feedback?
exactly. Yeah, great if you do a competition or you do a max out and you do get a 1 rep and you happen to have it on video, cool. We'll look at it and we can review it for you too. But that's not really what we're doing, right? Because again, you know, if you're doing a 100% snatch, it's either perfect or you're saving it. And
Yep.
a lot of times you're saving it,
Yep.
okay? Because something didn't happen. Or on a squat, something didn't happen just perfectly
Right.
where the bar slowed down a little extra. You know, it happens quite frequently unless
Yeah.
you're in a competition.
Right.
If you're peaked and ready and everything, you know, adrenaline pumping, great. But if you're in the gym, you know, keep it safe for sure.
Absolutely.
So again, SHP, we got TCA. You got to find us on Instagram. We'll have it all below. Now what I really want to talk about is gym courtesy. So I got to tell you the story. I may have even told you
I've
the
been
story.
looking forward to this.
Oh my gosh, I may have even told you the story. So 2 Saturdays ago, so it had to have been 2 Saturdays ago because if it was last Saturday, I'd have killed her. Anyway, so last Saturday, by the way, was week 6 of a 6-week program. Saturday was the last day of that program. If this woman would have done it, I'd have freaked. And I work at this gym, okay, where I'm risking my job if I were to freak on her. All right.
So it was pretty bad then.
Yeah. So here's a rule that any powerlifter or weightlifter can agree upon. If a bar is loaded and it's on the floor, you don't step over it, right? You don't walk over the bar, right? Okay.
That's someone's you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just an unwritten rule.
Right, for
Yeah.
sure. You don't walk over it.
No.
Okay, great. So a lot of you guys, if you're from the gym we primarily train out of, you'll kind of get what I'm getting at. But anyway, behind me, so I'm doing snatches. So if anybody walks in front of me while I do a snatch, it throws me
It's
off.
throwing you way off.
100%. Deadlift, snatch, whatever. Walk in front of me, I want to kill you. Okay? I really want to kill you. Anyway, so behind me, I have my jerk blocks set up. Okay? I just have them butted up against a mirror behind me. Okay? I'm lifting maybe 3 feet away from it because I lift in like an 8x8 area.
Yeah,
Not really big. But behind me on the jerk blocks, my water bottle, my belt, because I'm doing cleans later. You know, I've got the chalk box. My fiance Courtney's got her, you know, booklet out, her water bottle. Both jerk blocks are full of shit. Okay? This bitch. All right, so I just finished a set. I did one of my 5. You know, it was fine. It was like 88% or something. So it's hard enough that if you get in front of me, I get pissed, but it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm leaning on one of my jerk blocks, and Courtney's by the other one.
Uh-huh.
And the bar is kind of separating us.
Okay.
This bitch walks over my bar, comes between her and I, who are looking at each other, sets her shit down on the box, and stands there for like 3-4 minutes. And the whole time, I'm like, this fucking bitch needs to get... And again,
So just oblivious to what's going
doesn't
on
give
or
a shit.
what?
She's been there plenty of times.
So
She's
she-
probably seen me lift.
Wow.
She probably knows I work there, but I
Just no care in the world.
didn't
huh?
care. So
Wow.
3 to 5 minutes she's standing there, okay?
3 to 5
at
minutes?
least, and I didn't want to say anything, right? Because I work
Were you
here.
guys even like you and your fiance? Were you guys like talking and she just like comes
yes.
up right in between
And the whole
you?
time, what the fuck? Okay. Anyway, so I roll my bar, you know, 4 or 5 feet because if I miss, I'm gonna miss behind.
You're gonna
typically.
throw it on her head.
Exactly. Or on her lap. Okay. Anyway, I do my rep, and I drop it. She realizes, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be standing here.
There's some iron being thrown around over
Exactly,
here.
right? Maybe I shouldn't be standing here. So she just goes to the other side by the dumbbell rack, okay? Still not even working out. This whole time, she's just looking at her phone. I don't know what she's doing. Probably just Instagram. I don't know.
Wow.
Then, next repetition, it was either her or someone else. Not sure because I'm still pissed off. Someone walked in front of me while I was doing my next lift, so I ended up losing it behind. Well, then she saw it, whether she walked in front of me or she was still sitting in the corner. She saw me miss it behind. She's like, oh, probably shouldn't stand behind him either. So she finally grabs her shit and moves it. Fast forward. Tuesday last week, the bitch did it again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this time she didn't step
The
over my
same-
bar.
the same person.
Same lady. She didn't step over my bar. She went around it, but she stood behind me again. I don't get.
She's just asking for something to happen, dude.
Right.
Like, that's one.
Imagine if
One
you're
is
benching-
dangerous.
Oh, right. Imagine if you're benching and someone even got within 3 feet
Dude,
of you. They're gonna bump your bar.
There was one time, and you know how the bars are set up there. The benches are way too close.
Oh my gosh, there's-
so as if there's two people benching between the edges of the bars. There's probably what, 2,
I
3
wouldn't even
feet
say
maybe.
that. I wouldn't even say that.
So I'm benching, and I was there by myself.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have a spot, which I usually have a spot.
Right.
And usually when there's more people around the bench, people tend to go around. But I
For
was
sure.
sitting there by myself in the middle of a set, and this guy goes in between the two benches. I'm benching 315. So it's a lot. I don't
It's
usually
enough to get hurt on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm already kind of freaking out because I have to unrack it on my own, which I don't usually do. So I unrack it on my own. I'm in the middle of my set, and this guy he goes in between the two benches. I mean, they're so close together that he has to turn sideways to get through there
Oh my
while
God.
I'm pressing.
That's ridiculous.
And same with you doing a snatch.
Right.
The bar's above your head.
Right, yeah.
So it's not like if something goes wrong, it's going to be okay. It's not going to
No.
be okay.
Right.
If you bump that bar and that helicopter's forward and I drop the thing,
It's gonna pin you, and I've been pinned before,
Oh.
where you gotta roll it to your hips.
Dude, the roll
try to
of
sit
shame.
up, right?
The
Try
roll
to
of
roll it.
shame.
Oh fuck yeah! Because I don't need a spotter. Fuck
No.
this.
Oh, man.
I think it was Brooke who was telling me she was squatting one day,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody as she's prepped, ready to squat. Either somebody asked her if they could take
Yeah,
a
I
plate, or
remember.
she just
Yep.
someone reached in. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my gosh!
I think some people just have no clue, man. I think they're walking around with blinders and they don't give a shit about
Right.
anything that's going on around them. And the thing
Or
is
it's an ego thing.
It could be an ego thing too. And that's why I think it happens more to women because,
Oh, yeah.
they're still doing the same thing. Granted, it might not be as much weight unless your name's Amanda Lawrence.
Jesus.
But
American record coming soon. Jesus.
But it's either way. One, think about your setup and the mindset that you have to
Right.
accomplish before a big lift, and then someone's gonna come and walk right in front of you or get inside your rack
Right.
while you're about to unrack the
or
weight.
talk to you,
Yeah,
trying to have a conversation with you. As
I mean-
you're moments from squatting a PR.
Honestly, they probably just don't get it.
Yeah. Oh, for
which
sure.
it's just probably an ignorance thing, but at the same time, it's like, dude, really?
Right.
Like, you can't see that what I'm doing right here. I have my headphones in.
Right.
I've been pacing around for 5 minutes.
I walked all the way around the gym
Yeah.
because my name is Dustin. Okay. And do you see that bar? It weighs 3 times me,
Yes.
and I'm about to squat it.
Yes.
You want to what?
Yes. And what's crazy, it's a dangerous thing that we're doing. You have to get into a scary mindset
For sure.
to get under a bar
Right.
that could potentially hurt you, and then
Yes.
someone's gonna get in front of you and be like, hey, how's it going
Right,
today?
potentially crush you.
Yeah.
Or so in my case, I can just throw it off my back or throw it off my front.
Yeah.
If you get too close to me, I will ditch it.
Yes.
I am not going to get hurt over something stupid.
Right,
I will crush
right.
your foot. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So here's another bad one. So this guy that walked in front of me, and he was walking in front of me every rep that I was doing clean and jerk. So this is I peaked. This is I'm
test day, huh?
so I just snatched 248, which is a new PR for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I want to clean and jerk 315 for the
Yep.
first time.
Yep.
Today's the day.
Yep,
all right?
you're feeling good. You already hit a PR.
Exactly.
You're like, let's hit
This is gonna
another
be
one,
PR
man.
total.
Yep.
Let's get this shit. All right. So I start 135. I clean it. I jerk it. I'm warming up. He probably walked in front of me twice. Now, this guy has got to be a CrossFitter or something, because I've seen him do cleans. I've seen him, or at least whatever the fuck he wants to call
Right.
it. He's done something. Okay, he's done something where the bar ends up on his shoulders.
Okay, yeah, whatever that may be.
Whatever the fuck that is. Anyway, so, I'm taking my normal warm-ups, and it had to have been maybe a 295 clean and jerk.
Okay.
Now, so I stand up out of the squat. As soon as I'm getting my mind setting my focal point for my jerk, he walks in front of me. Did my jerk, had a soft elbow, did it, dropped it, pissed. Because I'm like, that was my last warm-up set, so that everything is perfect, so that I could do 315.
And for people who don't know, that last warm-up set dictates your mindset
Oh, yeah.
going into this PR set.
100%.
If you have one
thing go wrong in that warm up set, that could potentially throw your mindset totally
Because
off.
all you're gonna think about is that one thing.
But then if that warm up set goes phenomenal, then you have that confidence
Right.
going into that PR set. So that's how important that last warm up is.
blow 93% out of the water.
Right,
or
right.
whatever
You're
the
like,
hell you're doing.
man,
You're
let's
like,
get this.
wow, that was
Yeah.
some fast shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I put 315 on. He comes up to me and he's like, dude, you're pretty good at this. And I said, yeah. And I would be better if you'd quit fucking walking in front of me while I'm doing a jerk. And he was like, huh? What?
Totally
Oh, shit, I'm-
blindsided.
Didn't realize. And I was, so I usually don't blow up on people.
Yeah.
Courtney's there. She kind of was like, I've never heard you say that to somebody.
Right, right.
But I was pissed.
Yeah.
Because I've got 315 on. Shut the fuck up and leave me
Yes.
alone. Right?
Yes.
Anyway, did my clean, did my jerk, got 315, happy. Then I found him and I apologized to him. I'm like, dude,
Well, good for you.
PR day, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
shook his hand. I don't remember his name. Shook his hand, but since then I've been nice to him. But man, you can't do that.
No.
Now I'm in a weird setup because I'm in the back of the room.
Right,
People coming
right, you're
in and
in the
out,
cor- yeah.
and I get used to people just doing it. But when it's a consistent thing, or
Yeah.
if it's a PR day, I wish I could just block that room off.
Yeah. I don't know what it was for me on my last squat day too, but I just got unlucky with people walking right in front of me. And granted, most people know now
For
when
sure.
we're in that corner rack, they kind of understand.
When there's 6 plates on the bar.
Right, right.
leave me
And
the
we
fuck
kind
alone.
of position ourselves
Right.
so that people don't walk right in front of us.
Right.
But I don't know what it was, man.
Just
I don't know if it was
nonstop.
a full moon,
Yeah,
what was
right?
going on, but people kept walking in front of
Right.
me.
Right.
I'm working out with 3 people in that rack.
Just
it was
you.
only during my sets people would walk
was
in front of the
fuck
ball.
cold today.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
I don't know what it was, but I like it got to the point where like I would just laugh. I'm
Oh,
like, "Are
gosh.
you serious?"
I mean, thankfully you weren't going for a PR. I
Right,
assume,
right, yeah. But man, and granted, like I said, it's probably ignorance for most
Yeah,
people. They
for
don't
sure.
understand that when you get that focal point and you're locked in and your mindset's where it needs to be to hit this set, and then someone just
Right.
strolls right
Right.
through, it throws you off.
Well, that gym is notorious for people that are arrogant.
Right.
Not even ignorance. A lot of people where you're lifting, they know what's kind of going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And sometimes I almost feel like there's a few gentlemen, and I'll have to point them out to you. I don't
Okay.
know them by name, but I
Okay.
know them. I have a feeling it's envy. They know you're so goddamn strong. They're
Could
not
be.
there. They don't, they can't squat more than 200 pounds, whatever.
Right.
And they see you doing it, and they're like, fuck, I'm going to walk. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Where it's somewhat that they're
yeah.
actually trying to do it to you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if a lifter is around you, lifting, wait.
Just be courteous.
Just-
I mean, if anything, just be aware of what's going on around you. Like he said, just wait, and it would be, and I'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I see someone that's about to walk through and they look and see me getting set up and they stop, I will literally say thank you
Oh,
after
for
my
sure.
set. I'll be like, hey, thank you. That really does help a lot when you are
It
aware.
really does.
So just be aware of your surroundings and try not to piss any big powerlifters off
Right.
because it might not be a good day.
Oh,
for
a lot
you.
of them are cops.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of them are going to pull your ass over. They're going to remember your
Yep.
dumbassness, and they're going to write you that ticket.
Yep,
That's exactly
yeah.
what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Jeez, do you mind people watching you?
No.
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 And see, I don't mind that
Honestly,
either.
I get more hyped.
Dude, oh yeah, you don't want to fuck up in front of them.
One of my best memories in the gym is the first time me pulling 700 pounds in the gym.
Yeah.
There was probably like 10 people standing just watching.
Dead silent.
Yeah, and I mean, I noticed it during me getting like set up and
Yeah.
hyped up and everything, and I just got that much more.
Oh, you
hyped
don't want to
because I
fuck
got
up in front of all
right,
that.
and I got that. I mean, I just have that many more
Right.
eyes on me, so it's like, all right, I better get this
Oh,
fucking
right.
thing. Yeah.
Do you have it? So nationals is certainly coming up, and we'll talk about that more next week. Do you have any mock meets that you're trying to do in the gym?
For me
up?
personally?
For any of you guys,
So
just because I think it'd be kind of fun to get a few extra people. in
no, I did one for John, one of my clients.
Yep.
Recently.
there. John B.
Yep. And
Another cop.
Another cop.
Don't you piss him off?
But most of the clients that I have in the gym are actually prepping for a meet now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll do our openers in the gym.
Right. Yeah,
Which
yeah.
what I prefer my athletes to do for their openers is
wear your singlet.
Oh,
wear-
for sure. Get into
be-
the mindset.
Just like you're in a meet.
Mhm.
So
No music.
Nope. No.
Well, I guess powerlifting you can.
you can.
right?
I mean, it's up to the lifter. I think
Yeah.
if they really think not having music's gonna throw them off that much, I'd rather have them crush their opener
For sure.
than
Feel good.
than not, than have their music out and not do it as well.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say, what's tough is I'll be lifting with music, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I want to at least kind of get into the mindset of competing. Turn the
Mhm.
music off. It's so weird.
for me, dude,
so weird.
So, I'm the type of lifter where, especially during squats, it's hard for me to lift alone because I'll almost
yeah.
talk myself out of going hard, because everything feels heavy.
Oh,
I'm
fuck
like,
yeah.
man, this is like I'm not really feeling
Right.
that good.
600
but-
pounds still feels like
Right.
600 pounds.
I get in my head a lot. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So if I don't have music in, so music kind of keeps me on track and keeps my headspace good. And I mean, also my training partners do that too. But yeah, without music, especially in an environment like a commercial gym,
Yeah.
it can really throw you off just mentally. Because I mean, if you've lifted, you know days that you're just on in your
Right.
mindset and you're just going in there
For
to
sure.
crush it. And then other days where you have other stuff on your mind and it's a little bit tougher for
It's
you
hard to get in the zone.
Yeah.
Do you use nose torque or anything like that?
I try not to, just because.
Which is ammonia. Those sniffing salts, if you guys don't know
Yeah,
what
it
that
looks
is.
like we're all snorting cocaine.
Yeah,
before
for
we
real.
do
And then
a
all of a
lift.
sudden they shake their head real
Yeah,
quick and
yeah.
they're like, "Whoa!" and they go for it. Yeah.
I have before, but for me personally, I don't like really depending on other substances.
Yeah, right,
things. You know, I'd rather just. Because that's one more thing that, if the bottle's brand new and it totally
Yeah.
throws you off, and that's way more
Or if you
than
don't get enough of a yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
yep. So, I mean, if there's times where I went for like a rep PR that I'm like, this is going to be
Right.
bad, so I'm just going to get this and just go nuts and pull this as
Get
many
this shit
times as I
done.
can.
Yeah, that's cool.
The only lift I would do it for is deadlift.
Okay. Okay.
Because the other lifts I think are much more, you have to think about things
Yeah.
a lot more, especially bench press.
yeah. You don't want to be too aggressive on a bench. yeah.
Exactly, because
It's
then
like a
your
snatch.
technique goes out the window. You
Right.
don't go through that setup checklist, and
Yeah.
then you're screwed.
Yeah, if you get
So-
mad. So for me, I think part of my problem yesterday was my third rep. I was mad,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna get it."
Mhm.
And as soon as I went for it, I'm like, "It's not
Yep.
worth it."
Yep.
Because so when I snatch, I have to listen to hip hop music.
Yeah.
It can't be too aggressive. It's got to be calm,
Dude,
but a
that's
flow
funny.
to it.
That's funny. 'cause
Do
I
you
do-
listen to like the same songs in a row?
No. So
Okay.
for me, it's one depending on my mood,
Yep.
and then two depending on my lift, like the lift that I'm doing.
Right.
For bench, it's always hip hop.
Oh, for sure. You gotta be
Always hip-hop.
calm, dude.
Yes, yes.
Gotta be calm.
And then for deadlift, I'll throw on some old school corn and just go nuts.
Yeah.
But like
Coming
it's-
Undone or some
yes,
shit?
dude.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it's funny how music can really get you in a mindset.
Oh, it can.
And like if
Or the
you're-
wrong one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
Country always gets me in the wrong one. Always.
Country's always a no-go
Oh
in the
my
gym
gosh.
for me, man.
In my classes, everyone's like, "Oh, throw some country on." I'm like, "Do you want me to just murder you today?" Why don't we just work out in dead silence, please? Okay? Because I don't want ding 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 ding. No, thank you.
I mean, don't
Okay.
get me wrong. I like it good. I mean, when I'm, weekend,
Right.
drinking some beers,
Yes.
country's a good thing to listen
But in
to.
the
But
gym,
it just does not belong in the
no,
gym. I'm
no.
sorry.
Unless I can't
I don't
even
understand a situation.
No.
I can't think of a situation.
I'm trying to think cardio. No, because
Nope.
you need to be kind of intense.
Yeah.
And, I'm not singing about my Chevy or my girl. I
Jack
don't need that
Dip
shit.
trucks.
Right, exactly. I don't need to be thinking. I need to think about murder and pillaging
Yes.
and killing
Yes.
and ripping people's heads off and
Yes.
Viking shit. That's
Yes.
only when I'm doing clean and jerk.
So, have you heard the Joe Rogan podcast where he did it with Bert Kreischer and they're talking about their sober October? that
Oh,
they're
the
doing?
round two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just thought it funny. It was funny where he does the same thing. He said that when I'm working out, I'm thinking
fuck
about
yeah.
killing. I'm thinking
That's
about
exactly right.
people like having my family taken hostage, and I'm trying to go after
Right.
them and kill them. He's like, I mean, some people go into a
Dude.
dark place. in
When I
order
do
to-
sandbag workouts
Oh.
on a GPP week,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. The whole time I'm like, because I'll throw it on my shoulder, fireman carry, I'll
Yep.
throw it around.
Yep.
I'm thinking I'm attacking something
Yeah.
or being attacked.
Yeah.
For sure.
that's tapping into that freaking instinct.
Oh, yeah.
It's life or death.
But again, I can't do it on snatch. If I get
Right,
aggressive
yeah.
on a snatch, it's gone.
Yep.
There's so much finesse to it. Even though it's speed and
Yeah.
power, there's a lot of finesse. Clean and jerk, just hammer it.
Right,
If you're not
right.
pounding your head into the wall, you're not trying.
Right, yeah, and that's so interesting. That's another thing people don't really think about unless you're really into the sports. Is like each lift does require its own headspace. And in order for you to accomplish the technique that you need to be in that correct headspace.
Right.
Especially if you, again, have weight on the bar that can potentially hurt you.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Well, anytime you're squatting, we're thinking lower back.
Yep.
Right? We can fold in half. It could roll up your neck. It
Yeah.
could come out of your low bar position. Especially I'm a high bar squatter.
right.
It could, break some vertebrae.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got one hell of a scar on my neck
Oh,
already
yeah.
because it just rubs.
Yeah.
I mean-
I have a permanent scar on my, there's
Right.
a line across my
Right.
back. You can
No matter
see where
what you
that
do.
bar sits.
Right. And
Yep.
I mean, bench, you jacked your pec up,
Yep.
which
Yep.
you were just telling me a little bit about dry needling, so you got to tell me some more
Ooh,
about that.
okay.
And then you got to tell me about Graston.
Okay, so I've been going through some stupid nagging injuries that have kind of sidelined me for a little bit, and it's been frustrating, but it's also allowed me to reevaluate training and just my mindset towards everything. So I think it's been healthy for me. I mean, that's just kind of the mindset that I've had to go at it.
Have to.
Otherwise, I'd just be,
Otherwise, you're weak, feeble, and
right,
worthless.
exactly, and then I'd never go to the gym
Exactly.
ever again. So I've done some rehab type stuff, and a couple months ago I experimented with some dry needling. And for one,
Needle.
just a little background here. I'm not good with blood, my own blood.
Right.
I've passed out before while I'm getting labs done of my blood. So
Yes.
that's just a little background.
You ever
how
give
I am.
plasma?
No, and I won't.
The time I gave plasma, I turned white, pale,
Yep.
and couldn't continue.
Yeah, I will not, and that's the reason I won't, because I just know that
It's
that's
the
how I am.
bitch in us, all
Yeah,
right?
I guess. I don't know, but
I don't know, man.
Um,
I think it's the anticipation. Even though it doesn't hurt a lot, it's going to hurt.
it's.
And
I don't even know. I don't even think about it hit like. I think it's cool. Like when I got my blood drawn, I was watching it.
Right.
I'm like, wow, that's like really interesting.
Right, pulls it out.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I don't feel so
Right.
good.
just get wheezy.
But anyway, so
So I assume it's an actual needle.
it's a needle.
Is it like a
man.
tattoo gun, or what are they doing?
No, it's a freaking like a sewing needle. Like it's a actual needle.
Jesus, all right.
Yeah. And
so,
so
they
what
put your arm under a sewing machine. Put it on speed.
So what they do is they put these needles into the muscle that is hurting
Yeah.
or whatever, and then they put electrodes on the needles, and then they send an electric pulse through the muscle. Right?
Whoa. So
Yeah.
it's acupuncture meets electrostim.
Yes,
Damn.
pretty much. So right away I knew that this was going to be happening, so I turned away and closed my eyes every time that he did it, just because
Clench
that.
your jaw,
yeah.
grab that leather and bite
Yep,
down.
yep. Just because I knew that I wouldn't handle it well
Yeah.
watching it. So he did my back a little bit, and then turned around and started doing my pec, and again I was not looking at all. I didn't know what he was doing because I wouldn't have been
It's
able
not
to
gonna
handle it.
happen, yeah.
Right. So he puts this needle in my upper pec, like out by my shoulder here.
Yeah,
And-
he's pointing at like right where his pec inserts into his shoulder, kind of the front delt.
Yep. So he puts it in there, and it's a really small needle. You
Yeah.
can't really, once it goes in, you can't really feel it. And then I feel this thing in so far in my pec, it's almost to my sternum.
Oh damn!
So that is a
Right.
what, 8-inch?
15 foot. His chest is so huge. Yeah.
So
it's,
this needle
7,
was
8 inches for
in
sure.
me 8 inches,
Right.
spanning across my pec muscle.
Jesus.
And that was the last time and he put the electric shock through it and everything.
And it just jolts.
It just jolts a little bit, yep. And I
Titty bouncing.
pull a rock action.
Right
a little
there you
bit.
go. Boom boom.
No, but I don't really know the science behind it or
Right.
anything. I just was like, hey, I'm hurt. Maybe
Right.
anything that can help.
Right.
But I will say that that freaked me out.
Oh, for sure.
Just think about. I was just thinking about. There's a lot of vital organs.
Yeah.
in
That is my heart.
right.
that
And
is coming close. to.
John. He did a great job, and I
Right.
trust him. But at the same time, it's like, dude, what if you have an involuntary twitch?
Oh fuck.
Or
yeah. Like
you know what I mean?
Your arm just goes. Or some
Yes,
shit, and
yes.
the needle goes elsewhere.
Right.
Oof.
And honestly, maybe I don't even know if the needle went into me that far.
It might have
Again,
just been the electricity.
it
or
might have
something,
just
yeah.
been him entering in there, and then
Yeah.
it spikes a muscle.
Right, because
you
your
know what I
muscle
mean?
fibers are that long.
Right,
for
right.
Sure.
So again, I don't know because I wasn't looking, but it freaked me the
Right.
f out,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that again.
Okay.
But no. So my girlfriend, she's studying athletic training over
Yeah.
at St. Cloud State, and they're doing a Graston, like a chapter or whatever
Oh,
in
that's
one
cool.
of her classes, and I've been so what happened with my pec is I partially tore my pec. And now my issue is there's a lot of scar tissue there, and there. I
Mhm.
mean, if you feel it, you can really feel the difference between the two. My good one is
Just a
still
big-ass lump.
smooth. Yep, this one has lumps and it's kind of just knotted up and everything. So, she actually recommended me to try some Graston because what they do is they'll scrape that and massage that, and then what it'll do is kind of straighten out those muscle fibers
Yeah.
again, the way that they're supposed to do. And again, I mean, for me, I'm pretty skeptical
Yeah.
to every
sure, for
rehab
sure.
thing. I'm a very skeptical
Yeah,
person.
cupping and things like that.
Yeah. So, and for me, I mean, I see the most response just from active recovery. But
Right.
again, I haven't had an injury like this, so and it's been nagging for so long that I'm
Right.
like, dude, I'm just gonna fucking try whatever
Right.
I can try to make it. If it makes any difference, I don't care. So, I haven't scheduled the appointment yet,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna try and do it within this next week, so we can
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
chat about it at the next
So
podcast.
so Courtney, she dropped a crock pot on the floor.
Ooh.
When it shattered, it cut across her foot and cut the 4 tendons from
No way.
toes, right? Not her big toe, but her little toes. I mean, it looks almost exactly like an anatomy book how it got cut.
Yeah.
But anyway, she went through surgery, did all that. She waited too long, but she started getting Graston done. I don't remember the lady's name that did it, but
Is it a local?
yeah,
person?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
somewhere in St. Cloud here.
Yep.
But she was doing, basically scraping,
Mhm.
right? And all of a sudden she could start dorsiflexing it better. She started to regain control of her pinky, so she had lost control of her
Really?
pinky toe. It literally would just drag. And again, this is just could be coincidental. Maybe she was just healing at the same time too.
Right,
But-
anecdotal stuff.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But it went from she had no control over that pinky toe to it started to come back. It's less lumpy. I mean, it definitely did something. So I
Yeah.
did some research into it. And basically what's going on is they're roughing up really just the surface of your skin.
Right.
And it's just breaking a bunch of capillaries and it's just blood vessels and things
right,
like that.
and then
where-
bringing more blood to
Exactly.
that area.
Yeah, it's almost like you're purposefully signaling your body
Right.
this is hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, because what's really interesting is she used the handle of a butter knife on my back.
Yeah?
Just because we were just screwing around with it. Because
Right. You're interested in
I
it,
watched
yeah.
too many videos and
Yep.
I'm like, we could do this. But she kind of went around on my back, just kind of going around. And I didn't tell her I had a knot somewhere. I just
Mhm.
wanted to see what would happen.
Mhm.
All of a sudden she's going around and right where I had the knot, it turned bright red. The
Really?
only spot in my
Really?
back that turned bright red.
Wow.
And then she's like, what is this? And she went at it, and then no shit, no more knot.
Wow.
So again, it could totally just be, I'm like, oh, it was the perfect time for me, and whatever. Maybe I slept really good that night, but it's something you should definitely
Right,
try.
right. And I think also, I mean, the placebo effect is a huge
Oh,
factor.
yeah. Give me that,
Exactly,
please.
exactly. So if you think it works,
For
it
sure.
freaking works.
Exactly.
You know.
Oh, that's where supplements get their,
Oh, yeah. For
$30 just to tell me it's going to work. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's going to
exactly.
make me put 20 pounds on my left.
Yep,
right?
yep. So I mean, the placebo effect is a real thing, and I think that pertains to a lot of things, and that's just kind of why I've been skeptical on
Yeah,
a lot of
for
stuff.
sure.
But I mean, at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of out of
Yeah.
options here, so I'm just gonna try whatever I can
For
try
sure.
and see if it makes a difference.
Yeah,
So,
and try it. Let me
Yeah.
know. Because
Yeah.
I've got some pec issue too from one of my overhead squats. So,
Ooh.
big old lump.
yep.
I'll try to work on it. But we got to get going here. If you guys want to, again, meet with Cole, you want to get him to be one of your satellite coaches, you want personal training, tell him where to go.
Yep. Go to Instagram page is ColeWarren_SHP. Facebook, you can friend me at just Cole Warren. My Facebook page is Salutum Health and Performance. And then website salutumhp.com. And then email address for any questions or inquiries is colewarren306 @gmail.com.
Yeah, and I'm for Instagram. I'm at GetComplete. It's pretty simple. Same with my Twitter. GetComplete.net is the website if you're looking to print off some infographics, or if you're looking to get videos ahead of time, because sometimes they're 2 months in advance. Anything from stretching to foam rolling to things like we talked about today. This podcast is going to be dropped in multiple locations. We'll make sure you guys are aware of that.
Yep, we're going to share it everywhere.
Yeah, when we do launch the send us your video so we can judge it, we'll be letting you guys know about that. We'll be tagging each other back and forth.
Yep.
But again, this is our first one. Thank you guys for listening. And next week we talk about nationals.
Yep, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.